If you're watching this video, you probably run an agency of some sort and you probably need an effective way to scrape lead emails at a low cost. So that's exactly what I'm going to be showing you guys today. Now, I use this method to scrape and verify 2,000 emails every single day for free, and it only takes about 20 minutes. And once again, this is the exact process that I use to build verified lead lists filled with decision makers of my ICP. The emails that I do obtain from this process book me anywhere from 5 to 10 meetings every single week. So they are high quality leads. And last of all, there's going to be no gatekeeping whatsoever. So I'm going to show you guys the entire process from start to finish. And there's also going to be the SOP documentation in the description, so you can just go ahead, click that, download that, and then whenever you want to come back to it and refresh your mind, you can just read through that. But anyway, with all that being said, let's get started. Okay, so as you can see, in order to make this process work, we're going to need an Apollo account, we're going to need an Apify account, we're going to need a mails.so account, and there's actually a way, I'm going to provide the link in the description, that you can get 250,000 validation credits for free. So you want to go ahead and secure that deal, and then you're going to need Google Sheets and make.com. If we head on over to Apollo, what you're going to want to do is create yourself an account. And then first thing that you do when you make that account is you're going to want to move all the way down into this corner. It's not showing up anymore because I'm actually on a paid plan here, but it's going to say upgrade. And then what you're going to want to have to do is come over here, and underneath where it says select plan, it's going to say try for free. And what you want to do is just select the professional free trial. It's going to give you enough credits for free to then go and conduct your search of your leads and also obtain the email addresses of those leads. So once you've gone ahead and you've got yourself an Apollo account set up and you've claimed the free trial, you're going to want to come over to f6s.com, make yourself an account and scroll all the way down, and you want to come down here to number 7 where it says 250,000 email validations. Click on C code, and then essentially click on this and it's going to take you to mails.so. You can make yourself an account and it's basically going to give you all the email validation credits you're ever going to need. Once you've got that set up, you're going to come over to cookie editor. The link's going to be in the description as well, but all you want to do is just add this to Chrome, and then we're going to go over to Apify, and we're also going to make an account on Apify. Once you have all of your accounts created, come on over to Apollo, and now we're going to conduct our search for our leads. Now we want a total of around 2,000 to 2,500 leads. Any more than that, and it's going to set off red flags to Apollo when it comes to using Apify to scrape. So yeah, we're looking to build out a list of 2,000 people to 2,500 max, because that's all that we're going to be able to scrape in one day. And as you can see here, under email status, we're looking for verified only, as we don't really want to be wasting our email credits on unverified email addresses. So the first step is you want to come over to email status and you want to make sure that that is verified. Now we want to include some job titles of decision makers, because obviously we don't want to waste any time on our sales calls with people who aren't qualified and who aren't able to pull that trigger. So as you can see, we have the owner, we have founder, we have founding director, we have partner and director. And then we've gone and excluded some job titles as well, such as VP. We've done VP twice. And sales, we strictly want partner, founder, owner, founding director. And as you can see here, everything we have here is just founder and owner, co-founder and partner. I've gone and changed the location to United States and Canada only. When I didn't have the location preferences set, I think we had something like 50,000, and obviously we only want 2,000. So by filtering to United States and Canada only, we're now at that 2K mark. For the employee count, we've gone for 1 to 10, because I set up this demonstration search as someone who was looking for marketing agencies, for example. So yeah, we've gone for 1 to 10, looking for a small marketing agency, because that's who we're targeting. Industry keywords, we've put marketing and advertising. And then again, we've put an agency up at the top here to ensure that we're getting marketing agencies. But yeah, essentially what we want to do is we just want to play around with this until we have around 2,000 of our ICP. And once we have that, that's perfect. So yeah, once we have 2000, around the 2K mark of our ICP, that is perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click on Net New. And then I'm also going to move over to Appify now. But what we want to do now is we want to go ahead and search for Apollo Scraper. Here we go. So we're just going to hit search here. And we are looking for this one here by Curious Coder. Now, as you can see, it says $45 per month, but don't worry about that because we can get a free trial. Now, as you can see here, it's prompting us for our search URL and our cookies. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back over to Apollo. And we're going to go ahead and get our search URL. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to close all this stuff down because I don't need it anymore. Why have we just been signed out? Now, as you can see down here, it needs cookies and it needs a search URL. So what we're going to want to do is head back over to Apollo and we're going to want to copy over our search URL back into Apollo, into Appify, sorry. So we're going to paste that in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of these two brackets in the cookies section. We're going to come back to Apollo. And I didn't download the cookies editor. Just download that real quick. I'm not even following my own process here. I think that's fine. Yeah, it's in there now. Lovely. So once again, we'll come back to Apollo, click our little extension tabs up here, cookie editor. We can just put it on all sides, it's fine. Allow, we need to open it up again. And what we want to do is we want to come down to here in the bottom right where it says export. And we want to export as JSON. I'm going to go back over to Apollo, and in here in this top tab, we're just going to paste all of the cookies in. So this essentially just gives Apify access to our Apollo account so that it can go ahead and do its thing. Now, once we've done all that, all we have to do now is come and just mess around with a few more of these settings. So we want to flick on get emails and we want to flick on wait for email verification. We're going to just get rid of this entirely because we want it to scrape every single record from our search. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bump this up to 17, oh, not 57. We're going to bump it up to 17 seconds minimum wait duration. And then we're going to bump this up to around double. Or I'm just going to put it up at like 38 seconds. And the reason that we're doing this is because if it goes too quickly, scraping through each page, Apollo is going to recognize that something isn't quite right. And it's probably going to think that it's going to think that you're using a scraper. So we need to make it look like we are flicking through the lead records at somewhat, normal speed. So this is going to add an extra, like 20 minutes or so, but it's worth it. This way, we're going to ensure that our account doesn't get suspended or banned or anything like that. Now what we want to do is come over to run options and we want to just flick on no timeout and then we're going to save it. I don't know what just happened there. User was not found or authentication token is not valid. Okay, so there's been a few issues while getting the accounts set up. I'm not entirely sure what the problem was. Maybe it's because I made so many accounts that it's kind of flagged up my name or something like that, but I've used a brand new email address. I'm on a VPN, so hopefully this works now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to click start, rent actor. There we go. Beautiful, it's working now. So yeah, I guess you want to be careful when you're making accounts with Apify, and you want to make sure that, every time you make an account, you're using a new email address, you're using a new name, and you're using a VPN of some sort. So here we go. We've got the cookies are in the cookie section. We've got the search URLs in there. All of these are checked. We've we've got rid of the total number of records required. We've bumped that up to 17 and we've bumped that up to 37. Now all you have to do is go ahead and click save and start. And this should work. Let's see. Beautiful. It's now working. As you can see, it's found our account and it's getting to work. It's starting to scrape the records. Now this is going to take a little while, probably going to take around 25-30 minutes. So just go and do something else in the meantime. But I will see you once this is completed. All right, and we are back. And as you can see, it took quite a while. It took 41 minutes. However, you can always play around with the time and everything like that. It's completely up to you, but I'd rather play it safe. You could probably knock down the times by about 10 seconds per, which would probably give you, closer to around the 30-minute mark. But as we can see, it's gone perfectly. Had a little error there, but it continued smoothly. And as you can see, all the way down the bottom, it scraped the entire lot. So that's great. Now what we want to do is we want to go over and we want to click on export our 2014 results. We want to format it in a CSV. Come over to selected fields. Now give me a moment because I need to remember. Yes, we want first name, last name, email, organization name. There it is. Title, present raw address, country, headline and state. Country, can't spell right now. State. Amazing. That's the lot. So now what we want to do is we just want to go ahead and download this file. And as you can see, it's doing its thing. Where am I going to move back over to? I need to move back onto this one. I'm going to go into Sheets. I'm going to create a brand new sheet. And I'm just going to call this marketing. Up in there. Marketing leads. Come over to File. And we want to go ahead and click on Import. Go over to Upload, Browse. And then we just need to download this one, this top one. Essentially the CSV that we just downloaded. We're going to go over to append to current sheet and then we're just going to import the data. And as we can see, we now have, we're missing the last names. This is not ideal. We did put last name in there, so I wonder why it hasn't. I'm gonna get rid of state and the raw address. I don't know why it's not for the last name because we have it there. Last name. Drag it up. Look, let's see if this is any different. I'll download this. Delete all of that. Of course, you are going to run into little issues like this. Let's try again. Pen to current sheet. There we go. We've got the whole lot now. Perfect. And then one thing that I just like to do, I just think it makes it look a whole lot nicer, is I'll bold this entire top line I'll increase the size by 1, and then I'll switch this around. So we want this to be black, this to be white. And now, as you can see, we now have a list of 2015 or 2014, yeah, because of this one here, 2014 leads, along with their emails, organization, their title, where they're from, which country they're from, and also their headlines. I think this is their LinkedIn headline. So there's one way that you can personalize emails, just using their summaries and their headlines. But the next step now is we need to essentially go ahead and verify these emails and make sure that we can send to these email addresses. So this is where mails.so is going to come into play. So what we're now going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to download this. And we want it as a CSV once again. We're going to go over to mails.so. And we're going to upload a file. And we're going to drop this in there. And now we just want to validate our list. I hope this is fairly straightforward so far. It may seem a little bit complicated when you're just starting out, but I guarantee you, once you've done this process a couple of times, it just goes like clockwork, you know. Here we go, it's done now, so we'll click on view results. And nice, we have 1,300 that are definitely deliverable. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to download our results, and we're only going to include, we're going to go for maximum deliverability, as obviously we don't want to harm any of our domains, we don't want anything bouncing. So we're going to go over and we're just going to click maximum deliverability 1,359 emails, and then we're just going to go over and download this. Perfect, file has been downloaded. I think it has anyway. It says that the pop-up was blocked. Just gonna download it again just in case. There we go. Beautiful. So now we're gonna come back over and we're gonna make a new sheet 2, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna paste in, or we're gonna upload, sorry, our batch. I'm gonna append to the current sheet again. So now we have all of our deliverable emails. Now what we need to do, and it's going to be included in the gamma, it's going to be included in our gamma SOP. I'll also include it in the description, so you can just copy and paste it straight in there. Here, we want to grab this formula here. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come back over to our first sheet, and we actually want to insert a column to the right of our email column. And we want to paste that formula in there and then hit enter. I'm actually going to resize these. And as you can see now, there's going to be gaps wherever an email address is unverified. Here you go. You can see if it's deliverable, it's going to say deliverable. If not, it's going to be undeliverable. And then all we need to do now is put together an extremely simple make.com automation, which is going to go through and essentially it's going to search through every single lead that we have here. And if this column here, column D, is blank, it's going to go ahead and delete that lead so that we are only left with deliverable email addresses. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to create a brand new scenario. What we need to do is we need to get a Google Sheets module. and we need a search rows module. Now what we need to do is we need to locate our spreadsheet. However, we're struggling here. I need to re-establish my connection for some reason. Okay, great. Now we're here, we need to find marketing leads. Sheet name, we're looking for sheet number 1. And then what we want to do is we want to order it by the row number, and then we want it to be descending. So it's going to go from the bottom of the list all the way up, because if we go from the top down, it's going to end up getting rid of our, it's going to actually end up going ahead and getting rid of our formula, which is in the top. So we don't want that. We want to go from bottom to the top, and then we're just going to limit it at 500 like so. Perfect. Now we need to just add another Google Sheets module, and it's going to be a delete a row module. Once again, marketing leads. Just need to make sure it's the same ID, or otherwise you're going to end up going and deleting a load of stuff from different spreadsheets, and we don't want that. So once again, sheet 1, and then row number is going to be, we're going to map over the row number. So basically it's going to search through all of our rows from the bottom up to the top. The only ones that are going to get passed through our filter that we're going to create are going to be ones where the deliverable column is blank, and then what it's going to do is this is then going to go and delete that row number, the row number that passes through the filter. So I'll drag that out a little bit. Now we want to set up a filter, and it's going to say not deliverable. Here we go. And what we want to do, not deliverable condition row D, because once again D is the column that we're looking for here. D is not equal to deliverable. So now nothing should pass through this filter. If a lead has deliverable here, then it should not pass through our filter, therefore it won't be deleted. Therefore it's only going to delete leads which have a blank deliverable row. Therefore we're going to be left with only deliverable email addresses. Now let's go ahead and test this out, shall we? And as we can see, we are just removing any of the blank columns here. So one by one it's going through, it's scanning. If this column is blank, then it goes ahead and it deletes it. Lovely stuff. And I will come back to you when it's completed, I guess. Now, as we can see, the automation has run its course, and every single email in this list is now a deliverable one. As you can see, we have 1,362 deliverable emails. And yeah, that is basically it, guys. You now have the blueprint and the knowledge to generate and validate leads for free forever. So if you found this video valuable, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to go ahead, let me know in the comments down below. Also drop a like and a sub if you're feeling extra nice today. And if you do need any help booking meetings for your agency, feel free to go ahead and book a call down below, and we'll see if we can figure something out. But other than that, take it easy. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.